All of the homies we had turning to ghosts. We didn't know any better or know how to cope. Had to try out for the team, then wait on results. That was St. Andrews, I hated the coach. Entering raffles, I was just doing the most. Paying to play for the shows, you know how it goes. Plotting with ass, we were just struggling on unemployment, back on the ropes. I had to get it in motion, get it in motion. Listen to Quick on the radio, then were the days. Balancing options, getting in so many ways. So many plays, I ended up playing it safe.
Hi everyone, I'm Brian Anderson along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our distinguished analyst. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. And it's the Bucks to start out. Now here's Brunson. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Fires the three. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And here are the Knicks. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
So it's Milwaukee now, after the basket by New York on the other end. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Goes back up. Antetokounmpo with the block.
3 misses in a row. Still looking for their first bucket.
Pass to Hart. Oh, drains the 19-footer.
Hart just whipping it away quickly, not giving the defender time to close out.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Now Brunson. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. With Brunson being undersized, he has such a great feel for how to create space, Brent.
Incredible footwork, B.A. The way he puts the needle on the record and just scratches it and pivots around and makes defenders jump and move. Amazing manipulation skills at the point guard position for a guy his size to get it done in the painted area. And how about JB? Jalen Brunson, since that free agent move in 2022, really raising the level of his play.
Here's West. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. 4 on the clock. And there's a pick. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now the Bucks with it. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And it's good. First made shot in 4 attempts.
Amazing just how trusted Brunson is with the basketball.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to spend a few minutes with Doc Rivers. And when I brought up Giannis Antetokounmpo, Coach was full of admiration, saying it's always going to be difficult when you're playing Giannis. Not only is he one of the best players this league has, but he's also a fierce competitor. Guys, it sounds like he knows what he's up against.
Thank you for that, Allie.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Checking the numbers, he's averaging close to 15 a game. Here's West. Soft touch off the glass.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And the basket is good. Abdul-Jabbar's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Pass to Hart. Into the lane. And that one good. Hart's gotten his 2nd bucket.
I just love his approach coming into tonight. Focused and aggressive.
And it's blocked.
What timing from Hart on the block attempt. He was right on cue.
Stolen by Jackson. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, B.A., isn't it interesting? Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard. They play defense first. They play a ton of minutes. But this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
Outside White. Antetokounmpo outside. To the inside. And the basket by West. West has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And here's Brunson. Mobley outside. Clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. 2nd chance effort. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Yeah, communication breakdown. 2 guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Outside White. Pass to West. Hard with it. Here's Daniels. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Milwaukee out in front, up by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the 2nd quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
Pass to Shaman. Offline with a three.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And look at the mobility there from Mobley. Excellent at executing in the open floor.
Achua with the dunk.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, BA.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, BA.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Here's Shamet. Poke loose. Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Bam! Jalen Johnson taking flight.
And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, BA? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare. Just think when he gets his confidence. That's the kind of defense you love seeing from Achua. Like how engaged he was there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
On defense, the Bucks. Boy, he overdid it there. Too much force on the foul, and he's calling for the flagrant one.
You know, it's just hard to watch a player put the well-being of an opponent at risk. He rightfully earned that flagrant.
Yeah, the officials are all over that one, sending a clear message that that kind of roughness is unacceptable. And it's tied up with that one. Well, Brent, something we've all noticed lately. Is the small ball era starting to wind down?
Well, BA, I think in people's minds when you say small ball, they're thinking about 6 foot, 6'1" guys on the court. That's not what we're talking about. It's a skilled game, and I don't think the small ball skilled game is going anywhere anytime soon.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you. And it's Lopez with the jam.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for New York.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Well, one thing standing out right now is just how fearless everybody is in getting to the inside. They're taking advantage of any lane or angle they get after it. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And over the last half-decade, Brent, Bobby Portis has been the best six-man big you can find.
Yeah, pretty remarkable, BA. He comes in, he gives you some great scoring in some stretches, plays some solid defense. He's got a lot of fire to his game. So this is the exact kind of guy that your team needs in the second unit.
And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They pressed all the right buttons. And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Milwaukee making a switch here. This will be his third free throw of the game. And the free throw, no good.
And Achua is a good role player for this team. Someone that comes in, rebounds, defends, and gives you some hustle.
That one's good. Sims.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Knicks leading by 4. Pass to Lopez. Outside McBride. Johnson on the wing. 5 to shoot. Right side Achua. Here's Lopez. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Lopez has got his second basket on the night.
I'll tell you what, their execution just continues to impress.
Portis with it. Now guarded by Achua. Outside, Green. Back to Kuzma. Pass to Sims. Down low. Achua with a steal. We've got 1:08 left in the first half. And here's Lopez from the arc. Rebounded by Kuzma. The Bucks trail by 6. To the paint. Sims can't get it to go. Outside Johnson. And so they foul intentionally.
Third personal foul. 15 foul. Substitution on the court.
Pass to Achua. Achua with the dunk.
Doesn't get any easier for Achua. Once he's got positioning, he wants inside. He'll look to dunk everything.
And the bucket is good. Abdul-Jabbar's got 10 points in the game. 36 seconds left to the second period. Now here's McBride. He's scoreless. Pass to Lopez. Left side Achua. Just 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Knicks lead by 9.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And the basket by Shamet.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Milwaukee shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And some changes here for New York. Good on the second one. And so the ball out of bounds. Mobley touched it last.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
With 1 on the clock. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's New York. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. Back to the game after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Well, Brent, although he hasn't won an MVP since 2020, Giannis has been a finalist every season.
Well, B.A., I just wonder if the voter fatigue is something that Giannis is tired of. Forget the voters. Maybe he just wants to focus on getting back to that level. Obviously, in the past couple seasons, you could say that he might have deserved one more, but this is one of the best two-way players in the league, and he's not going anywhere.
Now here's Brunson.
How about the reach from Giannis that time? He does not make any shot easy.
Inside. Rebound, Milwaukee. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. And that'll be their second of 4 total games at home. Outside White. To the inside. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. On the wing, Daniels. Three-pointer, no good.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
Here's Brunson outside. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
First team foul.
Now White hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Daniels. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Daniel's such a shifty player. He has a myriad of ways to get to the free throw line.
New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First one falls for him. And so he hits both. The Bucks trail by 13. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Now here's Jackson. Nails it from 3. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Here's West to the middle. Outside Hart. Here's West. Shot clock at 6. Antetokounmpo lays it up and banks it in. Antetokounmpo has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
It's Hart on the wing. Pass to Daniels. The 3. He buries it from 3. Daniels has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Jackson can't get it to go. New York leading by 15. And he lobs it up top. And stolen by Brunson. Mobley with it. Now guarded by White. And Mobley throws it down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
West misses. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the Bucks. Mobley outside. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Down low. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Mobley. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Jackson for 3. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Jackson outside. And here's Brunson. Back to Anunoby. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. He's made one and missed one so far at the line. And the technical free throw missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however.
Well, if you're a basketball player, through your entire basketball life, you're going to hear coaches harp on you about free throws. It seems like Brunson has heard those messages loud and clear.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And that one is hammered home.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanting to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here. Now here's McBride. New York again can't hit. Here's Jackson. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. Jackson's got 5 now.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Achua with a screen. To the paint. And stolen by Mobley. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Jackson's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Up top, McBride. Still no points. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a three-point play here. Going to the line for 1. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Yeah, Mobley better get used to getting to the line, especially with his style of play.
New York leading by 3. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Outside White. Here's Daniels. He's got 5. To stop the drought. Driving to the basket. And the layup is up and in. He's got 7.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Mobley up top. There's Jackson with the 3. Knocks down the triple.
And a nice find by Mobley. Keeping his eyes up and his options open.
The Knicks with the lead. Screen by Antetokounmpo. To the inside. Robbed. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for New York.
What stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that three-point line.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. White on the wing. Back to Antetokounmpo. Oh! Giannis working inside.
Well, more and more Giannis is getting the ball in late clock situations, so really calm in that one.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Mobley deciding where to go with it. Right side, Brunson. Outside, Hart. Antetokounmpo outside. Back to Hart. Here's the 3. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. And now it's a 5-point Knick lead.
And he can hurt you from there. The D must be up on Hart when he has the ball.
Out to the wing. Pass to Mobley. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. 6 to shoot. Over Antetokounmpo. Abdul-Jabbar misses. Knicks leading by 5. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan. This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
And that one drops for them.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Pass to West. Outside Hart. Here's West. From behind the arc. Knocks down the long J. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Smart pass right there from Hart. I like how he reads the floor.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Jackson right side. To the middle. Mobley outside. Tries it from the top of the key. Jackson can't get it to go.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Abdul-Jabbar. Tries yet again. And it's good on the lay-in. Abdul-Jabbar's got 6 points in the quarter.
And just an important bucket down the stretch. This is when his focus becomes razor sharp.
Well, great timing as well. Swiss watch kind of moments. Fourth quarter, close game. That could have been a 4-point swing.
Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Down low. Kicks it out to Jackson. They set the screen. Out to the right wing. And that's an intentional foul.
OG Anunoby. First personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 15 left in the fourth. Pass to West. Hart from long range. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
I just love how he runs the floor with energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going. And that's what you want your leaders to do. Giannis stepping up in a big way.
Mobley on the screen. Here's Brunson outside. And it's in. What a beautiful shot. Brings it within 3.
Oh, huge moment from J.B. Brunson knocking it down.
Here's West. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Inside. Here's Mobley. It falls! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings it within 1. From the inbound. Money!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
They must have fallen asleep defensively. How else do you explain an easy dunk right off the inbounds pass? And they aren't over the limit yet.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Over Antetokounmpo. Off target with the shot. And so the big win by New York in a tight game. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
This for my city, this for my city, this for the town, this for the town, this for the win, this for the win, this for the crown, this for the crown, this for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them, I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city, I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, 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 this for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them, I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city. city. I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, this for my city. You know how we on it, they know how we coming. Visit my city, we thank you for coming. We party at night and go home in the morning. Shorty is watching, she know that I'm on her. Got me excited, she know that I want her. Tell me your price, she want me to spoil her. She don't like rappers, she only ballers. This for the city, this for the boroughs. They saying that I'm the Tupac of my borough. We had to get it, we had to hustle. Couldn't just sit and watch our family struggle. See me outside, they know that I'm thorough. Never been weak, it had to be muscle. I'm from a city that nobody trusts. You get money, so even your haters will love you. This for my city, this for my city. This for the town, this for the town. This for the win, this for the win. This for the crown, this for the crown. This for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them. I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you been in my city. I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, this for my city. 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 This for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them. I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you gonna